if you have an experience in mind and it feels natural to you, then you are aligned with that experience manifesting in your life. Whilst if you have an idea in your mind, but you are only noticing the lack, or you feel more comfortable, more natural in the state of lack, the lack of it, then this is what you're manifesting. One of you guys asked me if I could make a video on manifesting a new person, because there are so many videos about manifesting an ex, and I said, okay, let's do this. Let's make a video about that. But I want to remind you one thing. Manifesting an ex or manifesting a new person is always the same. Even manifesting money, a car, whatever you can think of, everything is the same. But when you're manifesting an ex or something that you have a history with, you are always bringing your assumptions and your stories with you. So you have baggage, and to get to that relationship that you want, you have to work through the baggage that you have and release them. That's the difference, okay? So manifesting new love or old love is always the same, and the information that I have to share with you can be used in both situations, can also be used in other areas of your life. But before I get into it, hello everyone. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Al, and if you're in need of coaching, go to my description box. All information you need is there. But right now, let's get into today's topic. If you are struggling in manifesting a relationship into your life, whether you know the person or you don't know the person yet, the place where you start working on is on your relationship with yourself. Often we forget this aspect because we never learned the importance of it. Sometimes we even learned that it's not desirable to do that. It's more important to satisfy and please people outside of you than to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. So when you learn about manifestation, you have to question everything that you have learned. And the focus is on what is it that I want to experience instead of what is it that people expect of me. So part of creating that amazing, healthy relationship with other people is understanding how you are treating yourself. If you want to be prioritized, ask yourself, am I prioritizing myself in the choices that I make? If you want to be chosen, am I choosing myself? Or am I just saying yes to people and things that I don't want so that they can be happy? Am I sacrificing myself to please people? Sometimes we realize that we are our worst bullies, okay? Because what we say to ourselves and how we treat ourselves is awful. So realizing that is a start in changing that. We manifest what we are, and we teach people how to treat us according to the way how we treat ourselves, okay? If you are always saying, well, I would like to do this, but no, yeah, sure, let's do what you want. So if you are always choosing something else that is not really what you desire, what you want, you are saying, I'm not important. How I think is not important. What I want is not important. And then you get sad because people are treating you that way. So keep in mind that our experiences in the 3D is a reflection of our beliefs and assumptions about ourselves and others. So this is something that I always do. Whenever I experience something in the 3D that I don't like, people treating me a certain way, I always ask myself, what is going on within me? How have I been treating myself so that I experience that in the 3D, okay? And then you solve the problem with you. You realize, okay, maybe I'm not prioritizing myself, then I'm going to do this more often. Maybe I'm people pleasing and I forget that what I want is also important. I forgot my value and my worth. So this I can change, and that's what I focus on. So if you are struggling in manifesting a relationship, this is an aspect of it, my relationship with myself. Another aspect is understanding the things that are going on in my inner world, my beliefs, my assumptions about relationships. So the second step is understanding where you are in your mind, and you ask yourself questions to realize that. Is the idea of being in a relationship with someone that loves you and respects you and chases you and chooses you and prioritizes you something that feels comfortable, feels natural to you? Or do you only feel the lack of that relationship in your life? Because, as I said, you create what you are. So if you have an experience in mind and it feels natural to you, then you are aligned with that experience manifesting in your life. Whilst if you have an idea in your mind, but you are only noticing the lack, or you feel more comfortable, more natural in the state of lack, the lack of it, then this is what you're manifesting. Are you putting that experience on a pedestal? Because when we put an experience, a person, or something on a pedestal, we are saying, this is not natural for me to achieve. I'm not the person who is loved, who is chosen, who is adored and respected and committed to. This is not who I am. You are affirming it with your whole being, with your state of consciousness. Therefore, you see the results of it. You see what it reflects back to you, that exact experience. And it ties back to your self-concept. You see an experience that you desire to go through. And you are trying to get it from the outside because you are not taking care of it yourself. You are not showing yourself love. You are not believing that you are someone who is loved, who can get loved, who can achieve whatever you desire. Because of that lack, you chase, you obsess, you put things and people on a pedestal. So go within and solve that issue yourself. Become the change that you want to see in your life, in the relationships that you have in your life. And feel as if being loved, being chosen, being committed to, being adored and respected, and being in the relationship that you have always dreamed of is the most natural thing for you. Because by doing so, you are drawing that experience into your life. So this is what you have to keep in mind when you are manifesting love in your life. Okay, guys? Thank you so much for being here. We are going to talk soon. Bye-bye.